looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Welcome back, Rowan Nation, to another installment of Raw View, where you get a better insight of these king and queens behind the scene. I'm your host, Cheno Royal, baby. I'm here with, what's your name, sir?
Gabriel King. What's up? What's up? Happy Friday.
Mr. Gabe
Friday
King.
the 13th.
Man, first of all, I got to take you on a journey. It's only appropriate, okay? I've been at every one of this man's movies. I've been standing in line every raffle they give out where they said, do you want to meet Gabe King? Do you want to meet Gabe King? I'm like the very first in line. I'm like, come on, bro. I've been waiting. But I finally got him on here, and I appreciate you for sliding out. I know you're a busy man, busy plan.
Appreciate you, bro. It's a beautiful platform you have. So being on here means a lot to me. I'm glad that we're able to finally, the stars align for it to happen. You're just as busy too. So, it was very complicated, but we're here now. That's what matters. So
of course, that's all that matters, and I appreciate you. But how was your day? How's your day been so far, man?
Bro, day kind of just started with you when you texted me this morning. I kind of slept in a little bit, but yeah, the day's been good so far, man. It's Friday, good vibes.
Did you have anything planned for the day, or like is it just a cool day for you?
And for the day, so when I am back home and local, since I don't really have routines when I travel. When I'm home, I like to just get in the bag of like a routine. So like I like to work out, spend my mornings with prayer, meditation, get my mind right, my spirit right. Then I go to the gym, check emails. I gotta film some castings later on today.
Okay.
Yeah, man, just chill, honestly.
All right. I already know how that castings life be, man. Every time I'm up, I just got back from one actually in Chicago. I got if you freed up, I'm just letting you know, if you freed up, I got a gig over there in you ever heard of Sin City Studios over there in Chicago?
Nice. No.
It's like this like event area where they like film like The Shy.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, man, Empire and all that.
To change the name, I think when I used to go there, it was Cinespace Studios. So
it might be. I might be tripping. Look, don't come at me in the comments.
I know what you're talking about for sure. Yeah, I've been there. So that's cool. It's a really, really interesting place. Like it's great.
Yeah. And it was like my first time being there, and it's huge. It's like randomly like tucked away like in Chicago. And like as soon as you get there, there's like a gate, and you're like, where am I going? I almost feel scared going in.
Right. I think you're about to be human trafficked or something.
Yeah, you're like, what is going on? They're like, yeah, it's fine. Come on in, waving at you like they get out. Like I'm like, where's Jordan Peele? Is it fun?
Like, where's he at? Yeah, no, that's lit. That's lit, man.
But yeah, man, thank you.
Those castings, bro, like
of course.
So this one is just because of the pandemic, a lot of castings are done by, you can just take them at home. But for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I get so much. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like doing it right now.
Yeah.
Cuts and stuff like that,
I already know. There's tons I want to know. There's tons I gotta ask, but we gotta start at the very beginning. Hold on, we gotta get in the magic school bus real quick. We gotta hop in that time machine.
Buckle up.
Yeah, y'all better buckle up for safety.
Click it or ticket.
But hey, man, walk us through the beginning. Like, where did all this start for you?
Yeah, so man, it honestly started. Man, I've been doing this for, I want to say, since 2014. So it's been about 10 years. 2016 is when it really like kind of started off for me. So I was working at Abercrombie and Fitch back in the day,
in a dizzy.
losing brain cells and semen count due to the over cologne of the store, So I was working there, man, and so back then, they used to call the people who worked at the store models. So like everybody was a model there, but they actually had opportunities to like model for the store. So they had like open calls and things like that. And at the time,
that was here.
Oh yeah, that was here.
That was here.
I was in the fort. Yeah, Glenbrook.
Oh
Shout out
my
Glenbrook.
lord! Shout out Glenbrook. My lord, man.
Yeah. So they always, they always had opportunities to find like talent that worked in the store. And yeah, so one day, me and one of my coworkers, we were sent out to an audition in Columbus, Ohio. And this was like way before social media, before Instagram, before all that. I want to say this was like the golden age of modeling. Like this is when everything was like Zoolander-esque and like
Yeah.
we're flying in from LA, New York. Like Abercrombie was popping back then.
Yeah.
So, you just got me, my coworker showing up, just two Midwest kids showing up to the audition, like not even thinking we're gonna get it. Like, no, there's no way we're gonna get it. I didn't get it. My coworker got it, which was crazy. And she ended up not even responding back to the casting. That's a whole nother story. But that kind of like put a taste into my mouth, pause of how it goes. Yeah, big how it goes. And so I was like, oh wow, like that was kind of cool. But also during that time, like, being people of color, you didn't really see, black or brown models. So I never really kind of thought it was something possible. I mean, I've always been told like, oh, you should get into modeling, you should try it, things like that. But I never really took that leap because I didn't really see people that looked like me doing it. And I want to say like, once I got that experience, I was like, oh wow, that was kind of cool. And I had another friend, shout out to my buddy Logan. He actually was really the one who kind of set it up for me. We had a manager at the time at Abercrombie who would come in. She was our district manager, and she would just always come in like quarterly, check on the store. And she always would encourage me and him to try modeling. And during that time, I was really just like, focus on partying, being a guy, not caring too much about modeling. And yeah, she would just come to the store and like always pester me and him about it. And then one day she was just like, look, guys, like I got connections. You guys should really give this a try. Like you guys got a great look, all that good stuff. And so long story short, some dude, like, I don't know if this dude flew or drove, but I know he was from the West Coast, and he just showed up to Fort Wayne. And my friend was like, hey, dude, like, I'm going to take photos for my portfolio. Do you want to come with me? Like, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like for sure. And so took some photos with him, and those photos were hilarious, but they ended up being really, really good. And she was able to get me submitted to some of her connections. And believe it or not, like, I still didn't want or care to try modeling even then. Like I just was just like, it's still like, not a
I'll try.
So I slept on it for literally 2 years, and then I just woke up one day and I was like, you know what? Why not? And during that time I did, start to see more models of color. So it kind of became something that I could see myself doing a little bit more. And so yeah, man, I just reached out to some of those connections, and then I got signed from there. So yeah.
Hey, what was the moment that you knew? Like, was there like a specific like event that happened, or a casting or gig that you got where you're just like, man, I don't know, like I might have to take this seriously?
Honestly, just the way the photos came back and just having somebody believe in me as much as my manager did and my friend did really pushed me to really go out of my comfort zone and to really give it a try. Like, I mean, I was just like, I got nothing to lose. If they say yes, they say yes, and say no, they say no. And I'm glad that they said yes.
Right.
But I have heard a lot of no's too. We can get into that too.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into it. Trust me, because I've had my fair share, and I'm pretty sure anybody else can tell you they can easily tell you all the no's. So I would say probably for every yes, there has to be at least like 100, 200 no's.
So many, bro. Like so many doors are closed before you can get to that open door. And then it takes tough skin for sure. I learned that very, very quick. Very, very quick for sure.
Would you say that going through the industry, or just moving in life, you could put this in that same category? Just like, would you say like that helped build a lot of you, maybe even your character?
For sure. Yeah, it really, really, really did. And that's one thing that I'll always credit modeling for. Like, just like dealing with rejection, knowing your worth, and just like how to, take, because in life, we hear no all the time, whether that be like, oh, I want to get this new job, or oh, I want to get this new car, or get this new house. So if anything, modeling really taught me the importance of patience, dealing with rejection, um, and just knowing, your worth. And really, I would say the main thing it taught me too is, what God has for you is for you. No man can take away. So if a door is open for you, it'll open. If it's not for you, just keep it moving for sure.
What's something that helped, like a no situation that helped a deeper reflection of you? Like what is something that it helped, like you be like, you know what, like maybe I should go back, refine this a little bit, and then
Man, I think honestly, like early on, like I heard so many no's. Like it took a while for me to get my first booking. And so, I did like to get a lot of feedback and kind of like see like why, but I realized that even that would kind of like throw me off. So, um, I just, man, I really just prayed and just believed that, like, you know, rejection to me is redirection. So like if you hear a rejection, if you get rejected, you just got to just redirect and take a
right?
new journey. So for me personally, man, just early on, just like hearing a lot of no's, like, I mean, a lot. Like, I mean, I would get castings, be placed on holds. And yeah, man, like checking my email every day, like, oh my God, am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? And then I realized too, like that drives you crazy. So really just like really trusting, God or whatever you believe in, and just like releasing it to him, releasing it
Mhm.
to them, Hershey, whatever, and just believing that, you know, I did my part. If it's for me, it's for me. And then I learned too that like sometimes when you do, those auditions and those castings, you can really feel that it's for you. Those are always the best ones too when you get those for sure.
Now I've definitely had people on here that are from here, but you probably wouldn't know it. Like more likely, like people like would see somebody as like even yourself, like is like, do they even live here? Like are they like in LA? No, they're in New York. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Do you stay here, or like do you like find residence in somewhere else?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a spot here, but I pretty much hop around, man. I'm like a nomad for sure. So
Yeah.
whether that be like Chicago, LA, Atlanta, I have family in Atlanta too. So I mean, I have a place to lay my head, but yeah, I'm barely in town.
Because
So
I
yeah.
was gonna, I was gonna. That's one thing I wanted to know is like, are you stationary like anywhere? Like, 'cause, like I'll see you pop up everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like when I am able to, be at the crib or be stationary, it is nice. So yeah.
Walk us through like just being a model in general, like in today, like just like the normal life of it. Like is it like you have a certain schedule of like, hey, you got to do this at this time, and it goes from like 9 to 5? Do you have like random gigs that start in the morning, and then maybe you got all this downtime, and then randomly you might have one pop up? Like how does like a normal life as a model work?
Yeah, so the normal life of a model, I would say, it's a cycle. So it usually starts with an email. Everything starts with an email. Usually, it's either a direct booking, and that's when the client just directly books you. You're good to go, or it can be a casting audition. That's when you're casted for the role. You have to audition for it, or that could be a go see availability check where a client is interested in you and they want to see if you're available. So it usually starts with those three things. So if I was directly booked out, usually the day for that would it either, depending on where it's at, would obviously include travel, depending on where I'm at as well too. Travel, you get a call time, show up to set, you do the job, and then after that, you just go back to the crib or go back to where you're at. But yeah, that's typically the cycle. Like I want to say if you're doing it full time, which I am currently doing at the moment, I've done it full time, kind of on and off. A lot of people don't know that I've worked 9 to 5s in between too. So I want to say like a day would just be like if you have a booking, you just do it. If not, you're always like preparing for the next booking. So you're working out, staying in shape, taking care of your skin, your hair, things like that. Or you're taking photos, test shoots in between the downtime to have, updated portfolio photos, and things like that.
And is there like a certain process like that it goes into? Like, do you have like a specific niche that you always have to pander to, or like is it just like, hey, I've tried to be as diverse as possible?
So I mean, I'm definitely in the more commercial print lane. So I learned early on to really just find your lane and kind of just stay in it. And once you get in that lane, you can really, really kill stuff. So that's definitely my lane. I've tried fashion, like high fashion, like I did New York Fashion Week, and that just wasn't really me. That wasn't my lane either. So yeah, I did have to learn to really like find my niche because obviously, you want to do like the cool stuff, like you want to do the Gucci's, the Louis Vuittons, and things
Yeah,
like
all
that.
yeah, literally all the high flash
Yeah,
glitz and
yeah.
glamour and all that stuff.
But
Because I was like,
that might not be for you. You could spend your whole life chasing that and not knowing that,
and it won't work.
Targets, the Kohl's, the Abercrombies and things like that, that's for you, and you're missing on those opportunities because you're chasing something that's not for you. So
Right. Because I was literally gonna say the same thing. Because like I remember doing my first like just castings out in New York, and I was like during like all the whole fashion week, and like the process, I completely did not like it at all.
yeah,
Like it's
New York Fashion Week is, I mean, shout out to the people who can do it, but bro,
yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, it was a good experience. Like, I mean, I literally got the email like hours before the job, and I had to like fly there directly,
Hmm.
flight to New York. Got to the show. It was a lot of like just standing, waiting, didn't eat. You know how it is for hours, can't eat, and then you just do the show, and then there's like a party afterwards, and you just leave. So it was it was definitely interesting. And then the pay too wasn't really all that great. A lot of people are, they got that twisted. These runways, man, they don't be paying
No, they do
nothing.
not be paying, bro. It ain't like that because
Yeah,
like
it's not.
because I'll give you like a little story. Like when we went out there, me and my manager at the time, Harvey. Shout out Harvey. But we drove out there in his Charger. So we're just chilling in a Charger in the parking lot,
Yeah.
and we're just laying there. And that's the more like we drove out there, so that's 10 hours already. So we got invested, and then now we're chilling, and then now we're going from like each event, like going to like these castings and whatnot, like, and you're seeing like all like you'll know where there are because like there'll literally be people just
Fine.
like, oh my lord, like they're just wrapping around the building. You got
Yeah.
people in there, you're just in there for like 5 seconds, just in there for a walk, and then you're done. And
Yeah.
then, like you said, a whole lot of downtime just for 5 seconds, and you better be good in your 5 seconds.
For sure. Like you got to kill it that 5 seconds. Cause honestly, like man, those directors, man, I feel like I feel like they already know who they want by the time they get to the bottom of the line. Unless that person in the bottom of the line, like completely makes a crazy impression.
Yeah,
Like I feel like by then, they already know who they want by then.
yeah.
So
Like it would all have to be like crazy personality in the walk, like
uh,
you making this intense eye contact.
yeah.
Be like, yeah, I see you, Philip. I see you, Philip.
Yeah, no, for real, for real. So yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely an experience, but I mean, I don't know, maybe I would do it again, but I mean, I'm in no rush to try that again for sure.
Is there definitely something that you could see yourself doing in that again? Like, is there like a brand that you would possibly like even break that to go do?
Yeah, I would say probably like personal favorite brands. So like it would have to be like a John Elliott or a Ralph Lauren or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, or maybe like it could be a favor, or like if a homie was a designer. But I'm into streetwear, so it could be for a cool streetwear brand. I would probably do that, but yeah, just the commitment. I like to eat too, so
No, hey, no, I feel you. I was gonna say shout out to like some of the local brands. Like we got
Yeah.
some like unknown local brands here that are actually pretty, like they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Like shout out Tommy Lee, Rich Lee.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
out
That's
there. Like yeah, they kill like she killing stuff. There's several others. Like I was like thinking about it. I know like we did like this runway like not that long ago here. It was like a small event, but it was like a little fashion show, and I was like, I don't understand, like we haven't done like something like that here at all. Like I see all these music events, and I've never seen a fashion event.
just made me remember too. One of the one of the first fashion shows that I did was at the Glenbrook Mall. It was for they used to have a fashion show, so you would get
Really?
by a store in the mall, and then they would come up with an outfit for you, and you had to walk for them. And I think I had PacSun. I think I got picked by PacSun. And shout out to Anton Babik. He has I probably butchered his last name, but he has a brand as well too. And I've walked for his brand. This was back in, God, what is that club? It's not a club anymore. It's not Pierre's. I don't even remember the name of it, but they changed it to the new flashbacks, but I forget what it used to be called before that. But those were some early times too, where I got
I'm like rolling through my head. I'm like, when was this?
this was a minute ago. It was hilarious. It was a good time though. It was cool. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, I was just like sitting around thinking about that, and I was just like, I've never seen, like, at least with my time of like actually looking around, I'm like, I've never seen like just us like have like a fashion show or try to put it out as much. And I've seen a lot of designers here, but I'm just like, come on now.
I got to tap in for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Now, with all the editing and all the editorial work and all the photo shoots that you got going on with the gigs, like, is there like any memorable moments? Like, I need to know a high moment and a low moment. Like, obviously there is the bloopers out there that happen, the funny moments, but I got to know the pinnacle point, the high, the tippy top, and I got to know the lows.
I would say just in general, some highs would be seeing yourself in stores, because honestly, like, for as long as I've been doing it, like, I can't keep up, to see everything. But when you do have that opportunity to see those images blown up, it's pretty crazy. So I'll say some of my favorite bookings or the highs. I'll say Abercrombie, when I did a campaign with Abercrombie, because that was just a full circle moment, because I used to work there. So that was like crazy. And it was during like their rebrand too. So that was really sick.
That's dope.
Man, another one would be, I mean, I did something for Lexus, like a little campaign for their new GX that came out.
Hey,
it's really cool. I got to go to Utah for a few days, got to stay at this like really nice resort, and pretty much just shoot in the mountains there and like get to see the beautiful scenery. That was a blessing for sure. The Porsche job I did was really, really lit. That was shot in LA. Great team, really, really cool team. Did Jordan Brand in Chicago. That was really cool. Like, just being in Chicago, shooting. I'm a huge basketball fan, so shooting for Jordan Brand in Chicago was super lit.
That's the pinnacle point right there.
Yeah.
It's like Jordan in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even like I did something for Hard Rock Cafe. A campaign for them, which was super random. I didn't even know that they made clothes. Like, I heard of like their resorts and things like that. Mm-hmm. And that ended up being like everywhere. Like, it was in Times Square. I didn't get to see it in Times Square, but I had people like send photos of that. And then one of my friends, she was in Spain, somewhere in Spain, and she just saw me like blown up in front of the store in Spain, and I was like,
I'm dead.
It's lit.
Like, yeah, you didn't know we were rocking like that.
Yeah. I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. But some of the lows, bro, lows I've done. So when I first started, I did a lot of random jobs, bro. My first job, not that this is a low, because it was a blessing, but it was hilarious. Mm-hmm. My first job was for a show choir magazine. And this was shot in Indiana.
Okay.
They had me in the glitter tuxedo, like making me do all this crazy
jazz.
The jazz, yeah, the jazz fingers, bro. Remember doing the jazz fingers? It was so OD, like doing all that. That was hilarious. It was humbling, like it was very funny.
I just envisioned them being like, "That's not enough. You got to do more."
Really, what they were saying the whole time, they're like, "No, we need more. So that was hilarious. I wouldn't say that was a low, but that was no. Okay, so the low for me, because honestly, bro, like, everyth's a blessing to me personally, so I don't really see anything as a low. But I'll say one that I thought was funny was so long story short, I got a booking for like a booking for Andis Clippers, right? So
Yeah.
everybody knows about this one, right? So I got a booking for Andis Clippers, and at the time, so like I said, it's a cycle. It started with availability check. Hey, Andis wants to see if you're available. I met with the client over Zoom, like what we're doing right now. I had to show them my hair, which I will not take off my hat now, but I had to show them my hair, and they're like, "Oh yeah, cool, cool, cool." And then the next cycle was I got the confirmation, like, "Hey, you're booked. Can't cut your hair for 3 weeks. They're gonna cut your hair on set." And so that, so I get like more details about it. They're like, "Oh yeah, the barber's flying in from LA. He's a really good barber. You know, checked him out on Instagram. I mean, this dude was cutting Kendrick Lamar, all these actors, rappers." So I'm like, "Oh, y'all, I'm gonna get a fresh cut." So for the next 3 weeks, I'm fitted up. I'm wearing hats. Like, I'm like, yeah, this cut's gonna be so worth it. It's a set. Good vibes, you know. And I'm like, man, I'm getting paid to get a haircut right now. This is crazy. Cool vibes, great team. But if you know, you know, man. I sat in that chair, and if you know, you know, when you're being pushed back. This man pushed my hairline back. I felt it, and
You hear the zzz. You're like, nah, that's the wrong zzz.
I was like, oh Lord. I was like, oh man, this guy definitely jacked my hair up. And so I was like, I know it's bad. And I'm gonna pause myself because I have the clipper box, so I'm gonna show you. So you can see you can see this dude push my line back. So and now I have another low I'll show you again too. Well, not a low, but a funny story. So I felt he pushed my line back. Now, granted, on set, bro, there were no mirrors, so I couldn't see the haircut, but I just knew. And I was with my friend, and she came to the shoot with me, and she was just laughing at me, and I was like, oh, and I knew. I was like, she's clowning me right now. So I just knew, like, oh God, this is gonna be bad. And so he finishes the cut, and then what they did was they brought, so like the whole team, there was like 12 people there, bro. Like 12 people there, including like people running the cameras and things like that. And so they brought me to like this room with the mirror to check out the cut. Man, I never lied so bad in my life. Like they're like, "How do you like the cut?" And everybody's gassing it up. They're like, "It's so fresh. It's so fresh." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is great. This is a great cut." So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the box, bro. It's crazy. Wait till you see.
Yeah.
Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. So this ended up being like everywhere. So this released nationwide, literally all over the globe. So here's the box, right? See,
Oh
my
Lord, bro. Oh my Lord, bro.
You can see where my hairline is supposed to be.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, pushed me back, bro. I mean, it's kind of clean, but at the same time, you see my face, bro. I was like, oh God. Because I took the photos after I saw the haircut. So I was just like, can you give us a serious face? I was like, well, yeah, I'm mad. So I got you on that.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, crazy, bro.
I seen the Bobby Brown, like, sort of flat top that you got. As soon, like, I saw that, but my eyes immediately went to the crease right here, and I'm just like,
bro.
Oh,
and then they
Lord.
gave me a part, bro. I've never had a part in my life.
Bro, he gave you a 5-head, dog. Like, oh my my Lord, I'd be so upset.
But what's crazy is, bro, I spent weeks wearing a hat to get a cut. I went right back to wearing a hat for weeks until my hair grew back.
Oh my God, I would be so upset.
Hilarious story. Like I told you, I did New York Fashion Week for Adidas. I actually still have the, like, hold on, let me turn this. I think I got this, like, let's see. There we go.
There you go.
So I end up keeping, like, you know, the board where they have, like, you know, everybody kind of took these back home with them. So you got like a little mugshot when I got there. You can see how tired I was. So yeah, man. So this was crazy. I mean, cool experience. You know, I got to really do that modeling life, New York Fashion Week. But bro, they had me in some crazy fits, man. Crazy fits. So here you can see look one. I'm in a crop top, bro. I'm showing the belly. I'm showing the stomach. You know, it's
showing everything out there.
And then the last look this is where it killed me, bro. They got me in a do-rag that goes all the way down to the floor. Oh, I was super Negro for Adidas. And what made it even worse was the designer was there too. So you met with the designer, and he was just like, "Yo, bro, like how you feeling, man? Like, oh, you look great, bro. You about to kill it." I'm just like, man, yup.
I'm dead.
This is great. But yeah, no. Sorry about that. I dragged that out.
Nah, you good. But hey, man, I definitely want to give you your props. You definitely a legend out here, at least in my eyes. I've been seeing you for a long time. Just want to give you your flowers, man. Love seeing what you're doing and love seeing how far you came. And I just wanted to pick your mind about a lot of those things, because I know like you've had a lot that you've done, and I just wanted to hear about how you've done it. And I wanted to like basically show everybody like anybody can do this and like the steps that it takes. And sometimes it's like random as hell, like how things happen and fall into place. But I definitely appreciate you for showing out and showing some love. But I only got one more question for you, my guy. I don't even know, is your audio on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There we go. I was like, man, he sound like he quiet. He's really quiet right now. But I was like, where do you see all this stuff going in the next couple of years? Like, what's the overall end game of Gabe King?
Next couple of years, and it's funny, my agent just had me write out a 5-year plan for myself. So next couple of years, man, I see more campaigns for sure. I see more TV commercials for myself. I definitely want to transition into maybe TV. So like acting, I definitely want to pick up some acting classes. So, you know, you Netflixing and chilling.
I mean, shoot, I might have to be there with you, my boy. I'll be in the background first. I'll be like, yo.
Yeah, so definitely more of that. I did just get signed internationally, so I do want to model outside of the US to get that experience. And yeah, man, I want to keep doing this until I can't. So, you know, I want to keep, you know, using, you know, the gifts and the opportunities that I've had to, like you said, inspire others and pull up others who have dreams, and not just with modeling, like just with anything, music, clothing, acting. I mean, even with your job, like, you know, I just want to inspire people and, you know, use my platform to let people know, like, you know, if you want to chase something, definitely go for it. And, you know, God would handle the rest. And I want to give you your flowers too, because this platform highlighting, you know, people that are, you know, really out here. And it's amazing, bro. It's amazing what you're doing. So yeah, man, the next few years, man, I just want to keep leveling up and, you know, keep using my platform to inspire others. And then eventually I'll probably want to get into the other side of, you know, modeling, maybe work as an agent or a talent scout.
I can see that. I can see you doing that.
Sure. So that could be something I could see myself doing on the side, because it's like I gave so much to the game. I feel like I would want to continue to give back to others for sure. So yeah, for sure. Because
shout out where I got my start from. I don't know if you know, there's a company down in Cincinnati called New View. And yeah, that's Chester down there gave me my first shot, and then like I learned a lot from him. And like that's pretty much what he did, you know, like modeled for a lot of like big name brands like outside of the country and inside the country. And you just pick up from there and you start making bank. You don't even know. Start teaching modeling classes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Workshops coming soon. I'm working with my homie on a workshop.
Hey, that's gonna be down in the description. It'll say coming soon, but check that man out. But hey, man, go ahead, shout out where we can find you, because we definitely need to find you. It's going to be down in the description for anybody that wants to know, but shout that stuff out.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Gabriel M. King. That is the only thing I use, Instagram. I mean, I'm on Facebook, so if you want to follow me on Facebook, Gabriel King. But Instagram is where you can tap in for sure.
All right, man. That's the man, the myth, the legend right there. Whenever we can see him. Man, you might see him on your local movie screen with Denzel and Angela Bassett. But hey, man, appreciate you for sliding and showing love again. But until next time, till that check-in, you know that check-in gonna come in the next couple of months. I'm gonna have to see what my boy been doing.
Sir.
But until next time, y'all stay royal out there. Peace.
When I pull up, know you cannot handle it. Peter Pan and never let you never gonna be landing it. Read up. Then we back up, spraying it, blaming it.